Hey guys, it's Rachel, and today we are making some adorable DIY baseball caps. I am so pumped for these because I feel like the baseball caps you see at the store nowadays can be pretty pricey because they can mark them up so high by just putting like one word on it and it's suddenly like $16. So these are a super cute and cheap alternative. I also want to show you guys a bunch of different techniques involving embroidery and felt and iron-on and all kinds of different things too, so you guys can experiment and play around and make your own baseball caps. And I am so glad that you guys liked my last DIY video because I had so much fun doing it. I was like, I hope they all like it so I can do more of them. But anyways though, these are super cute, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so for lots more cute DIYs and recipes too. And without further ado, let's get started. First off, you'll be needing some iron-on fabric transfer paper, and I'll have all the materials linked on my website, and that'll be linked in the description box below. But for the dark fabric one, you're just going to print these out normally. You don't have to reverse them or mirror them or anything. And for right now, we're just going to cut out our Gudetama. Gudetama is this like Japanese lazy egg character. He's so cute, and I love this picture of him. The only problem is that if we were to try to iron him on right now onto this hat, the hat would be too flimsy. So a little tip for you guys is to just grab a towel and then roll it up. It doesn't have to be super tight or anything. And then you're just going to stick this inside your hat. Of course, you don't want to get any towels that are kind of like a mixed blend or something of fabrics. You really just want a cotton one, otherwise you might set your hat on fire, which would be maybe not the most ideal situation. And then once you finish that, you're just going to peel off the backing of the fabric transfer paper, then lay a sheet of parchment paper on top, and then you're just going to iron this on. The iron has to be at the highest setting also, so just watch your fingers, you don't want to burn anything. And you just have to iron it for about 40 seconds or so. Then just remove the parchment. And then for an added cute decoration, I just grabbed this little daisy and I stuck him on with some fabric glue. You're gonna have to hold it there for just a little bit, just to make sure he doesn't drop his flower or anything. And that is all there is to it. Next up, let's make the iPhone hat. I originally used the fabric transfer paper made for light fabrics, which means I had to reverse the image, but then I tried it out and it didn't really work for me. I'm not really sure why different color fabrics have different kinds of transfer paper, but if you guys have any tips, make sure to leave them below, and that would be much appreciated. This hat had kind of like a vintage text look to it, which is not really what I was going for. So I just used the dark fabric transfer paper, which means that you basically just stick it on and iron it, and luckily this one worked out really well for me. Then I just glued a little daisy to it just for some added cuteness. And that is all there is to it. Hey there! Moving on to the felt applique hat. I was lucky enough to find this peel and stick felt from Daiso, and it was only $1.50, but if you can't find this, don't even worry about it. You can definitely use regular felt and then just glue it on with fabric glue. For the heart emoji one, you'll just be needing the hot pink and the like nacho cheese color. And the really cool thing about the Daiso felts is that they have a grid on the back. I found this super helpful because I can't really like draw that well, but I can count squares. So this was super handy. Once you've drawn out your design, you're just going to cut it out using some regular scissors. Super cute. And then you also want to cut out the little sparkles. Then all you have to do is peel off the backing and stick it onto your heart. Then just attach this to the hat. I find that it's helpful to put your fist inside the hat and then just press against your fist. And that's how you make the emoji hat. Oh, and you can balance things on it too. Look at that, wow. 2 for 1. Alright, well, moving on to the next hat. The avocado hat is basically the same process. I just cut these kind of like pear shapes out of felt. And then I also made myself an avocado pit. And then I basically just stuck them all together. Pretty simple. Next up, to make this a kawaii avocado, I'm just going to grab a Sharpie and draw on a face. Look how happy he is. So cute. Alright, well, now we're just going to peel off the backing of our avocado and stick it to the hat. These honestly could not be easier, and you can do whatever kind of design or food you like. And now the only thing left to do is put it on your head. Makes for a really fun, cute, and quirky accessory. Moving on to the next one, we're going to make the daisy one now. I picked these daisies fresh from my garden, also known as Michael's, and I'm just going to cut off the daisies. And then I just stuck these on with some Fabri-Tac, which is my favorite fabric glue. It works super well, it's really strong. Only thing is that it smells like a strong fabric glue, so I hope you guys appreciate that I made this hat in my basement where there is zero ventilation just for you guys. Alright, well, just stick on your daisies. And this one is so simple, but it looks super cute in the end. And by the way, these flowers were only $1.50 at Michael's, which is just an amazing deal. Alright, now moving on to the embroidered hat. You want to leave in that little cardboard hat majigger because it's going to make it easier to draw on your design. Then I'm going to take a fabric pen. This is really cool because it's water soluble, so that means you don't have to worry about drawing on your design and it leaving a mark. You can just use water and it'll come right off. Now I'm just going to draw on my cactus design. Once you've taken out the cardboard, you can go ahead and start embroidering. Today I'm going to be using a back stitch. This is going to give you a really clean embroidery look. You're going to start off normally by just creating your first stitch. Then bring your needle up through where you want your second stitch to end. And go down where it would normally begin. This is best explained by just watching the video probably. So you can see here, going up where it would normally end. And then going down to meet the previous stitch. And then just continue this pattern all the way around your design. I'm not gonna lie, this hat takes the most time, but I also think it turns out the cutest in the end, and embroidering is fun anyway, so just enjoy the process of it. And you can also switch off thread colors just to give it a little more variety. You can see I'm using a dark green here, I'm getting real adventurous with it. And then once you've finished off the embroidery, it's time to add on the flowers. We're going to add on the flowers using something called a lazy daisy stitch, and I promise I am not making that up, but you're just going to bring your needle up and then down right next to the first stitch. Before you pull all the way through though, you want to come up where you want the top of the petal to be, then loop the thread around your needle and pull all the way up. Then bring your needle down right next to the top of the stitch. And you can see that kind of holds that thread in place and makes a cute little loop. Of course, you can always continue using a back stitch here, but I don't know, it's kind of fun to change up the stitches. So just finish off the rest of your flowers. And that is all there is to it to our 6 different types of DIY hats. Alright guys, our baseball caps are finished now and they look so cute. They're all like sitting right in front of me now. This is the only disadvantage of like this little close shot. You can't see all the baseball caps here, but you know what? Here, we can just, this is the apple one, very cute.
You also got a cute embroidered one, and a cute little Gudetama one. You also have a cute daisy one, very nice, and you get a little avocado one.
And finally, the emoji one. And as you can see, these all look so cute, and they're even better when you wear them all at once, just like this. Well, I'll be starting my fashion channel next week, and I'll see you guys next time. But anyways though, I hope you guys have, this is ridiculous, I'm gonna take this off real quick. But anyways though, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking right up there for lots more cute recipes and DIYs too. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at kawaiisweetworld, and you can check out my website at kawaiisweetworld.com for all the materials you'll need to make these hats. And yeah, I think that's about it, so I'm gonna go ahead and go now. But I hope you guys have liked this video, and I'll talk to y'all very soon. Bye guys!